Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We have the trusty notebook back out today because today's video is gonna be on why saying stay positive is actually shit advice, and the majority of the time it will not actually help you. So we're gonna be stepping the love and the light work aside, and we're getting to truths, to real grips with real inner work, deep inner work that is not surface level. Just be sunshine and happy and smile through the pain and everything will be okay, because that is actually some of the most toxic stuff that is out there. Okay, so let's start anyways. Number one is that it keeps emotions repressed. Guys, I've been there and I'm still working through the trauma, okay? I used to avoid sadness. I used to avoid like every negative emotion under the sun. And the second you give yourself space, like time alone, which by the way is I was scared of spending time alone because I was like afraid of being sad and lonely and depressed. Because I was actually repressing all of the sad, lonely and depressed emotions because I always considered to be someone that was happy, positive, over the moon. You know, you could never bother me. Like, do anything in front of me. You can be yourself, which is, you know, there's the lovely area of that. You know, you can be yourself and I won't judge you. Great. But when it comes to like be yourself, aka walk all over me, that was also me. And then I was just not very good. And now we do not have a ring light either. Whoops-a-daisy. So we're gonna have to live without that. So, and everyone knows what repressed emotions cause. It causes illness. Emotions get trapped in your body and they cause you to become ill. Just look at the book Heal Your Body by, I don't know actually what it is, but it's like a little blue book, Heal Your Body. Self-rejection will come out in forms like self-love comes out in arthritis and inflammation. Rejecting your femininity will come out in menstrual problems, losing your period, things like endometriosis. Self-rejection, self-loathing, all of these ways that we ignore ourselves and we stay positive in life and let everything just slide under the rug makes us ill. When we stay positive and we ignore everything, we reject our emotions and we repress our emotions, and it becomes emotional trauma and it will live in your body and you will be the one to live through. Let's turn the light up a little bit actually without the ring light. And you will be the one to experience and suffer those problems because you have taken them on from everyone else. Number two is it keeps you avoiding look at parts of you that actually need to change. So again, similar to number one, it keeps you avoiding the parts of you that just genuinely need to change. You can't just stay positive throughout everything and avoid all your problems to work out by themselves. You can't just stay positive and remain a positive outlook and then the whole world is just going to be full of peace and love one day. There is shit you need to go through and work through and lessons that need to be learned. You need to go through the dirt in order to experience the good. There needs to be bad in order to experience good. It's like the yin and the yang. You can't just be positive all the time. You have to experience the fullness of life. When you don't have a very high energetic container, you won't be able to receive the abundance in life if you cannot experience the bad. Your emotional capacity is going to be like this if you constantly only have room for the neutrals and the goods. You're not going to be experiencing the highs and the wildness and the passion of life and the extreme deep fulfillment and just like feeling alive if you can't and don't have room to experience all of the negatives and the sadness and the deep anger and working through those deep emotions. You're going to have a full cup. You're not going to have room to experience all of the good things. In which case you need to expand your emotional, energetic container. This is container work, guys. If you are repressing stuff and you're just ignoring it all and you're just like la-di-da-da-da, sunshine and rainbows, it's not going to work. So then number three is it keeps you unaware of where you actually need to remove yourself from situations and from people rather than rise above it. Okay, this is the most like toxic piece of advice that I got when I was growing up, is to ignore it, rise above it. AKA walk all over me and I'm not going to do anything about it. Do whatever you want and I'm going to rise above it and ignore it like it didn't even happen. Then they're going to do it over and over and over again and no one's ever going to respect you because you don't even respect yourself. You don't uphold your boundaries, they're going to walk all over them and then you're going to play victim and say, wah, everyone's so bad to me. And then you're going to pray to only experience love and you're going to avoid negativity all the time. Like, honestly, guys, I've been there. You just don't want to be there. For example, if your best friend is being a bitch all the time to you or someone in your life and you ignore it, like, you're just staying positive and ignoring it. Like, how are they going to treat you? How does that show the world about how to treat you when you let things like that slide under the rug? Number 4 is it keeps you putting up with the same shit, but with a smile on your face. Similar to the last one. So again, if someone is breaking your boundaries, for example, you are just going to have a smile on your face because you've been told to stay positive. It'll get through. Problems will solve themselves. How is that ever going to do anything for you when you're just putting a smile on your face and staying positive? You're just going to be experiencing the same life over and over because the lessons are going to be going over your head. You're going to experience the same experiences, the same people. And again, you're just going to be playing the victim mindset at that rate. If you are the common denominator in all of your problems and all of your life events and you keep attracting the same people, the same friends in your life, it's because you want them in your life. You're benefiting from it. But you're ignoring where you need to change, where you need to actually remove yourself and do something about it. And then the last one is the most savage one of them all. And this is, it avoids you from taking responsibility for where you're part of the mess. So, going on from the last point, it avoids you from seeing where you are part of that equation. Where if you removed you from the equation, the result wouldn't happen. Whereas when you avoid looking at where you're the problem and the problem itself and doing something about it, and you just say, stay positive, everything will be okay, and you lie there and you let the world happen to you, again, you're going to play victim and then not actually realise where if you weren't part of that equation, that result wouldn't actually happen. Which, by the way, you have then caused and contributed towards. So an example is of the boundaries. It's easier to stay positive than to actually confront a person or, uphold your boundaries or increase your standards. It's easier to stay positive and overlook all of those things than to actually cause conflict and confrontation. So a lot of the times, especially as a child, we're taught to stay small and just ignore things and be a good little child, and then we're taught to repress all of our emotions and repress all of our personalities, to stay small and don't be seen too much, don't be too much, don't put yourself out there too much because it's unsafe. It's easier to actually just ignore things and stay positive than overcome all of the stuff that we have learned as a kid and unlearn it all and actually start confronting people, even if it means conflict. Everyone always says, keep the peace, don't be difficult, keep the peace, don't be a bother, just allow people to be who they want to be. But really, all as that results in is self-rejection, trapped emotions. Putting everyone else above you is not being down to earth. Is not being modest. It's complete lack of self-worth, complete lack of self-respect, complete self-rejection. And if you want to get over self-rejection, watch my last video that's called Pull Your Energy Off Everyone Else and Become the Center of Your Own World. Most of the time, we're again bending over backwards for everyone else, making space in your energetic container for everyone else's emotions, everyone else's feelings, everyone else's thoughts and projections of us, and we have no room for our own because we're giving away our energy way too much in life. And then we wonder why we're depressed, and we wonder why we're lost, and we wonder why we have illnesses that we can't solve, because they're all a form of self-rejection, a form of insecurity, a form of illness. Another example, the best friend that we're on about, is easier to make space for her to be her than it is to actually confront her about the problems that you are having, about the things that you don't align with anymore, and set the standards in place, set the boundaries in place, reinforce the boundaries, increase your standards. It's easier to make space for her and just allow them to do whatever they want to do, because then you get to remain safe, comfortable, and positive, rather than confront her and be called selfish, be called mean, be called every other name under the sun that someone might have a problem with as soon as you start laying those boundaries. Because the only people that are going to have a problem with your boundaries are the people that benefited from you not having them. And the only people that are going to have a problem with your self-development journey when you realize who you actually are now are the people that benefited from you when you were lost, because that meant that they can then control your direction and who you are. So I know that video was very short for my usual videos, but that is what I had on my heart to share with you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something from the video. If you have any questions, drop them down below. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one.